Hey everybody, what is going on? Serial of a Jive here, and today I'm playing Entropia Universe. What we're going to be doing today is a 30 PED Oratan, I believe that's how you say it, hunt. And what we're going to be doing on this hunt is we're just going to be talking about Planet Arkadia, which is where I'm at hunting, and sort of what I've found about it, and I'm going to be asking you guys for some advice. So let's get into it. So I came to Arkadia just a couple days ago. I've been running around mining a lot, and this is sort of the first hunting run that I've gone out on. I really like the fact that when I'm on Arkadia, ooh, this guy's doing a lot of damage. I thought he was going to do way less. This is not good. For some reason, I read that the Oratan did not do this type of damage, but it looks like they're doing some type of damage that's maybe penetration based. I'm not sure. Let me try switching armor here real quick. Let's go to the Vigilante. See if this works out a little bit better here. I see that he's shooting. That's the only reason I'm thinking maybe they're doing penetration damage. Okay, so good thing we had that armor on us. Otherwise, things could have gone pretty bad for me. I was wearing ghost armor, and it turns out that just wasn't what I wanted to do. So he got a chance to heal up all the way. But don't worry, folks. We're going to come out and take this guy out. This is a level 21 Oratan. We were taking out level 6 before, so that's sort of the difference that we saw. Anyways, what I want to do, guys, is I want to ask you guys for some advice. I'm on Arkadia. I've been getting into it. I've been doing some mining, and the mining loot's not too bad, honestly. I'm having a lot of runs that are slightly break-even, maybe a little bit of a loss, but not too bad. With the hunting, though, I haven't had much luck, honestly. I'm getting a lot of loots like this, where I'm getting like 2 PEDs or lower, which is really good if you're sort of new to the game and all that, but as sort of a more experienced player, it's really not quite where I want to be. I'd like to see a mob that's doing like maybe 2 to 4 PEDs of loot, right? Not profit, but that's sort of like 2 to 4 PEDs. This feels like the spawn's just a little too, or a lot of the spawns that I find are just a little bit too low level for me. I sort of want a spawn that's got a nice sort of level, I don't know, like 20 to 25 mob that's doing impact, penetration, damage, or hit, and any sort of damage that like Ghost or Vigilante would protect against. And I know a few of you guys out there probably are in similar boats, so I'm just curious what sort of spots you guys like to hunt at, because it would really be a huge help to me as far as like getting used to Arkadia and all that. I know there's a lot about this planet that's just a little bit different. I've been reading up on it, and it's going to take me a while to get used to it. There's going to definitely be some stuff I'm going to get wrong. But I'm hoping that you guys are going to point it out when I'm wrong and sort of help me through this. I know there's some really good missions here. It looks like there's a lot of mission chains I really need to just jump right into. As far as this one, I believe I've got one for this. What are these, Oratan? See if I can't find them here. I believe all the missions are IFN here. So I like how they do that. IFN in the front just means that you're doing a mission for Arkadia. That was decent loot right there. Almost 4 PEDs. Maybe this is the spot I want to come to, because these are lower level mobs. So like a good loot with these is pretty solid. Of course, the thing is I just don't want to be overkilling them, which is something everybody worries about, I think. Alright, let's jump down here and find this mission real quick so we can set it up. We're Rugai. I don't see Oratan though. Here we go. Oof. That's a big one right there. It looks like there's challenges, which I'm not doing, and then there's kill points. So I've got to kill 5,000 of these guys to get anything. That's probably not going to happen, but it is what it is. Anyways, or maybe, kill points is a little bit different. Let's see what points are given out for this. Let's just see how I'm going through this. I just realized my mistake there. Let's track this. See how much we jump up with the killing, like the level 18. That might be worth a few more points. Yeah, it definitely was. So yeah, we're gonna just keep this up here and monitor it, because we're probably gonna move through this pretty fast. 5,000 points seems like a lot, but it's probably not as hard to get as I thought. Anyways, what missions would you guys really recommend going for? What mobs do you recommend hunting? I'm sort of curious, just all the suggestions you guys have, so dump it on me. I can't guarantee I'm going to follow all of it. And one of the things a lot of people always forget is that I'm not a huge huge like player. Like I'm not logging hours and hours and hours into this game. So sometimes people suggest quests or missions that they're like, oh yeah, you put like 5 hours a day into it, and after 7 days, you're gonna have it nice and easy. And for me, I'm like, well, I spend like 30 minutes to an hour a day playing Entropia on average. So you're saying this is gonna take 2 months? Okay, like that. This 2 months is a long time to just be grinding away, and I'm not quite the grinder. I'm more about like exploring, finding new things. So I love getting a new like spawn suggestion because that's a new place to explore, a new place to go. So I'm always up for that. But sometimes these grindy missions, not quite my thing. But yeah, if there's any missions you guys would recommend, I'd love to hear it. Just keeping that in mind. And I'll do my best to get to sort of all the stuff you guys recommend. If I don't get to whatever you said, don't be too offended though, please. But yeah, I figure let's kill some of these guys, see how it goes, and then total up the loot and do all that. So you see how Arcadia treats me. And it looks, I mean, it's interesting. Arcadia definitely has a different feel from Entropia. There's a lot of resources that are recycled. Ooh, that was a solid loot right there. I'm surprised too, because I was hunting these guys a little bit earlier, and the loot was not good. Honestly, I spent 30 PDs and I got 15 back. It was really bad. Oh, look at that! There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Oh wait, 26. Ah, I thought that was gonna be. I thought that was a 50 PED hit right there. It's 26. That's. Come on, markup. No, all right. There's not much markup on that. Ah, I'm so used to. So I'm old school. I'm used to, and this is a weird. We can throw it on and see what happens, maybe. But I'm used to when I get a global, it's always 50 PEDs. So I was like, there we go, we got it. And then it's like 26. I'm like, oh, that doesn't feel like a global to me. That's like it's a knockoff global. You know, it's like one of those like Chinese-made knockoff globals. You know, it's like you go to the Gucci store with 1C and you get your Gucci with 1C shirt, and can't really rep that like you could like a real Gucci shirt. At least that's what I've been told. People tell me I look like an asshole when I wear them. Now, no offense, but it's the truth. I don't mind knockoff stuff or anything like that, but most of it's made in China, and if you see a Gucci store with 1C, it's definitely not going to be in the U.S. But I sort of like that. I like that vibe sometimes. Anyways, yeah, like I don't know, like the small globals always feel like knockoff globals to me. Like they're just not quite like they're not quite as big to me as like the 50 PED ones. And you guys are like, well, Serial, of course, 26 is smaller than 50. But I'm like, even though I know what I'm spending to kill, like a 26 PED global on a level 6 mob is way better return wise than a 50 PED global on a level 20 mob. I get that. I completely understand why they do it. Just for me, it's like it doesn't have that like oomph to it. It doesn't have that like, oh, like look at that. You know, like I'm like I got a global, and then I look at the total and I'm like, oh, I got a global, but it wasn't the amount that I wanted. We're gonna convert a little bit of ammo here and just keep going because this hunt, I was hoping it was gonna last a little bit longer. So we'll stretch it out a little bit for you guys. I'm sort of going decent here. We got a 20 PED convert there, and what you're gonna notice with Arkadia is you loot way less shrapnel, but you loot way more items. I'm sort of a fan of that, to be honest. I like getting those item loots. It gives me something interesting, something to talk about, something to look at. Like we can take some time and check out this cool little bad boy. Headshot 3. It's got 70% efficiency, so that's definitely gonna up the efficiency on my gun. I'm not sure how much that matters. That's like an interesting topic, I guess, that we could discuss another day. And it does have some modifiers, so like we've got this skill mod, right? So it's going to increase the chance to hit the target, which is always good. There's like some bonus to increase skills faster. There's a lot of cool stuff about this, so it is tempting to get. And it's really good if you guys have like a Bravo. That's like a long-range sniper rifle. What you're going to do is you're going to use that to get a mob usually if you're hunting a lot bigger mobs, like mobs that you have no business hunting and you're with a team, everybody gets out these sniper rifles, and you can use that to do a few get a few damage points in when you're like way at a distance, like 180 meters. Then everybody switches to rifles, right? And then at 80 meters, they start going at it. And then once it gets close enough, people switch to melee pistols, whatever they're... Ooh, wow. That's a really good loot. I was complaining about the loot earlier, but man, it's going off right now. Someone in Arkadia is like serial overdrives on, folks. Just flip that switch. I don't think there's any sort of... I don't get any bonus loot. I'm pretty sure that. I mean, that'd be really bad if they did that. That's like... That would be very bad. At least to my knowledge, there's no such thing as like bonuses for streamers or anything like that. That said though, hey, if you're a community manager for Arkadia and you're interested in talking with the streamer, I'd love to do it. I'd love to just do like a quick talk, and you can give me sort of an overview of Entropia Universe and all that. Feel free. Like I don't know if anybody knows any like community managers for Arkadia or any of the planets, but I'd love to have that talk and just introduce people to your planet and get your opinion on like how they should do it and everything like that, because I'm assuming community managers are going to be the people to talk to as far as explaining everything and just going through like a newbie's point of perspective. Like, you should run this mission, that mission, you should do it this and this, and you know, that's going to be the best way to get into the game, because I know how to introduce people to Calypso. I know how to be like, all right, you're going to spawn at Camp Icarus. Oh, there we go. We're playing hide and seek behind that tree there. Like, I know how to introduce people to Calypso, but it's hard for me to tell you, like, when you come to Entropia, you want to do these missions in this order. This is the best gun to use. If you loot this, keep it. If you loot this, don't. Same with Arkadia or Mondria or any of the planets, right? With Calypso, I can do it, no problem. With Arkadia, it's hard. I can introduce people. I can show them where to get missions, but I can't really tell them exactly how to do it. And I'm not even that good at doing it on Calypso. So talking with the community manager, I think, would be a awesome opportunity for both of us, right? It would be good press for your planet, because I'm not a huge streamer or anything like that. I'm not saying I'm going to draw in a crowd, but when people search like Entropia Universe Beginner's Guide, my stuff's going to show up. So if I'm like the Beginner's Guide to Arkadia and you're there like directing people, it's going to give them a nice sort of feeling. I feel like they're gonna feel like, hey, like this is a planet where they're, you know, the community managers, people behind the game, are actually talking to people who are doing YouTube videos, who are streaming. They're there to help, and it's gonna give you some presence that no other planets have. And I'm not saying like sponsor me or anything like that. If that's a whole different discussion. I'm saying like, hey, let's just have a talk. And I don't know why I'm talking like this, because I really don't think there's any community managers listening. But yeah, if we could ever set that up, it would be cool. Let's do a few more shots, and then we're gonna head back, because I've basically doubled the amount of ammo I wanted to spend just because the loot was looking good. And you guys know me, when the loot's good and the talking is going smoothly, I feel like, hey, we're gonna continue. Yeah, I don't feel like I haven't had that like amazing high energy stream, and I feel like today, like, I just got that. Like, Global gave me like a new life. Even though it was a small one, it gave me a new life. I'm like, yes. Actually, I've been globaling a lot more recently. Like, I was doing good with the Aatrox, but then on Arkadia Moon, I got that like one-off weird global. Like, literally, I killed 3 of those mobs, got that global, and then like nothing for the rest of it. I was just a little frustrated with the armor decay and all that. And then here, I got that. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I'm getting some crazy luck. Alright, should I keep going? I'll kill one more, and then I'm done. I do need to do this, don't I? Let's convert. We're running out of shrapnel anyways. We're down to 7 PEDs worth, so it's probably time we head back. Let's give this guy a good old 1, 2, 3. Get our loot. Alright, I can't end on that. I just want to keep going. It's a gambler's problem here, folks. It's like, you know, you get one good loot, and you're like, can we do another though? But yeah, I've got to end this soon anyway, so. Alright. This might be the last one. I keep saying that, but I'm like, it's going good though. You don't want to end on like you don't want to end on a bad loot, but you don't want to end on a good loot either. That's like the, what is it? It's like a basketball thing too. I used to always do that when I was playing basketball. It's like you don't want to end on a missed shot, but then when I get like a shot, I'm like, yeah, but I could end on 2 in a row. And then you get 2, and you're like, I could end on 3 good shots in a row. And then you're like 10 shots in, and you're like, all right, I can end on 10 shots in a row. You go for like the record, and then you miss it, and you're like, well, now I can't end on a missed shot, and you're back to square one. So yeah, after this, yeah, here we go. All right, now we're calling it. It wasn't the greatest loot. It was a smaller one, but we're going to call it here because you just got to know when to call it. Plus, the videos, we're at like 15 minutes right now, which is a good length. I try not to do too many videos between 10 and 15 minutes because what a lot of people say is like, if you do 10 to 15 minutes, you're one of those YouTubers who's specifically going for the 10-minute mark so you can stick ads in the middle of the video. I mean, I do stick ads in the middle of the video, full disclosure. But I'm not one of those YouTubers who specifically aims for that mark. Like, I've got plenty of popular videos making them. I knew they'd be popular, and they ended up being like 9 minutes long. I'm like, all right, that's what we're doing. I always try to do the, it's like the Breaking Bad thing, right? Like, Breaking Bad is this amazing television show, and it worked out so well because they drew the story up, and no matter what, no matter if it got popular or didn't, they said, we're ending it at the end. Like, that's it, period. We're not drawing it out. We're not stretching it. We're not making an after story. Like, this is a story we want to tell, and when we're done telling it, we're done telling it. And while I'm obviously like overvaluing myself here, but I try to have that same sort of motto, right? Like, the video ends when it ends, and it doesn't really matter the time. But then at the same time, when I see like 10 to 15, I'm like, people are gonna think it's a money grab. I can't do that. So I try my best. I try my best. Anyways, let's total this up here. Obviously, with that global, even though it wasn't a 50 PED one, we're gonna be doing pretty good. Most of this stuff doesn't have too much of a markup to it, but some of these wools, they do have, you know, like a 5% markup. This one's got 9. The oil doesn't really have much to it. This stuff doesn't have much. Oh, actually, wow, that has a little bit more to it than I thought. 127%. So how much do we get of this? Not much. That's how it always works. The stuff that has a high markup, it's like you got 2 PEDs worth. Oh, that's actually pretty good right there. Look at this one. We've got 3 PEDs of this stuff, and its markup is about 160%. So we're looking at a 2 PED add-on to what we got, which is really nice. With the paint, there's no markup on most of it. 35% on that. So we're not adding much on there. So basically, the basic math with the markup, I just sort of throw out most of the generic markup. But then for that, I'm going to add on, let's say, we'll add on 1.5 PEDs onto the loot for that. And when you look at this thing, this adds, well, it's you know, it's 10%. So that's going to add another 2 PEDs on. So we're looking at about 70 PEDs worth of loot with markup because there's auction fees and all that. That's why I'm saying 70. So when we subtract the 30 PEDs that we spent from the beginning, we're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty solid here. We're looking at a 40 PD profit. Let's drop the armor in. You can see the ghost took a little bit of damage. I used it before and forgot to repair it, but we're still talking about like 50 PECs at most. Here we've got 17.16. It's with the amp that we've got the decay. So I'm just going to run this math through my head and give you guys a base output of it. We made about 23 PEDs on this run. This was a really good run. This was a really good result. This was a really good sort of first run, and hopefully all the runs to follow are going to be just as good. If you guys have areas that you'd like to recommend for me, please comment those down below. Drop them in my Discord. Just get them to me somehow. Tweet them at me. Whatever you guys want to do. However you guys get that to me, that's awesome. If you drop them in the video, that's going to be easiest for me because I can just come back to it. But, you know, I'm all about working together, and whichever way works for you guys is best. If you guys want to help the channel, support me, subscribing always helps if you're not subscribed. If you are, just hit that like button. That's all. I mean, if you can, hit it. If you don't want to, that's cool too. I'm glad you guys made it to the end of the video. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace.